Welcome to the Weather Guru Podcast for July 21st, 2026, this tropical edition on Tuesday. Thank you for listening, ladies and gentlemen. Hit that like and subscribe button on the way in. This is going to be talking about Tropical Storm Bertha in the Gulf of America here as it continues to make its approach toward the Louisiana coastline here. Current information as of 7 a.m. Central Daylight Time. Intermediate advisory puts winds at 50 miles an hour. Pressure's down to 996 millibars, and movement is northwest at 5 miles an hour. So it's picked up a little bit of steam, a little bit of forward motion since last advisory. Tropical storm force winds, you see, extend out quite a bit, maybe from the center here. And this is a tropical storm here. Now, it's going to continue to make its way northwest and due west of north here. And it should make landfall. They got it here sometime Wednesday afternoon into Thursday, perhaps along the southern Louisiana coastline. And that's why in yellow we have those tropical storm watches in effect, and blue tropical storm warnings in effect from Mobile Bay, Mississippi, and the Louisiana coastline here. So, look at here, we're looking at it on the water vapor. You can see it here. Most of the moisture is displaced to the south and west of this system here, and that leaves the center kind of exposed here, and it's trapped between the dry air up north and then the frontal stationary boundary up north too as well, and a lot of dry air in the Gulf of Mexico, as well, in the Gulf of America, and the Caribbean Sea as well. So Bertha's going to be struggling with that. You can see it on the visible satellite here, that the center is exposed here on the northern, northwest, and northeastern quadrants are exposed, with these some storms trying to come back around the center of circulation here, but it's just going to run out of time in real estate here, as it doesn't have much time to play with here before landfall is imminent along the coast here. Looking at the infrared satellite, you can see the same thing here. Most of the convection here is in the south. It's kind of a displaced asymmetrical system here. It's not a fully symmetrical system here, and but it's still going to bring heavy rain to the Louisiana coastline, and Mississippi and Alabama is going to get some of that rain too as well. The Florida Panhandle, not so much as it was yesterday, but it will be showers as it passes by. Now, looking at the key messages here, Bertha is expected to bring tropical storm conditions to Alabama westward to southeastern Louisiana tonight and Wednesday. Tropical storm warnings are in effect, as you know. Tropical storm conditions are possible for Florida Panhandle, New Orleans, and southern Gulf Coast Louisiana. Storm surge watch is in effect for Alabama, Mississippi, and southeastern Louisiana coastline there, where some storms surges could be about on the order of 3 to 4 or 5 feet there, possibly in that area. So we should monitor the system carefully in Louisiana and Texas as it continues to meander west and northwest there. And flash flooding could be possible along the Gulf Coast, especially for the Big Bend, the southern Louisiana, and some isolated flooding westward toward Texas there. So looking at the intensity model here, we can see that the intensity is mostly keeping, most of the models are keeping this as a mid-grade tropical storm. It may get up to 60 miles an hour. One of it has it going to a category 1 hurricane. I don't think that's possible, but most of it's keeping it within a 50 to 60 mile an hour tropical storm before coming inland shortly here. So you can see the models, ensemble models, the guidance are all in agreement that's heading west. It's going to skirt along the Louisiana coastline, make landfall sometime tomorrow night or Thursday morning, and then head inland toward the Architects region, possibly there as well. So we have going on here. We can look at the current discussion here. Excuse me. We can see that it does have about a strengthening to about a 60 mile an hour, peaking at about a 60 mile an hour tropical storm before coming inland in about 48 hours, dropping, of course, down to a weak tropical storm and then a depression here as Bertha continues. But it has vertical wind shear to deal with. 25 knot northeasterly vertical wind shear, and that's going to increase over the next 24 hours. So you got the vertical wind shear that it has to deal with, and it also has the land interaction that's going to be scooting along the coast there to deal with. So this is going to be a mid-grade tropical storm, but take the normal precautions that you would, because you never know what these systems, if everything should hold. And another thing interesting too is that with the wind shear and also with the warmer, the sea surface temperatures are warm, but they're not quite that warm. You know, they're enough to sustain, you know, a tropical storm or hurricane, but they're not crazy warm that we had like a couple of seasons ago with the hurricane. But if you notice this, with the season, but you notice all of this stuff, this convection here, it's all south of the center, and that's not a good sign. And so basically the rainfall totals for Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama, and the Florida Panhandle are going to be parlayed down, I believe, in the next advisory at 11 a.m. or the one at 5 p.m. because the rainfall rates are going to be lower now with this system than previously thought. Now, maybe further westward, it's going to be higher, like toward Texas and the Lake Charles, Cameron, Louisiana, that area. They may have higher rainfall rates as the system skirts along the coast. But the Florida Panhandle, I suspect that rainfall is going to be torrayed down, as well as Alabama, Mobile, and Pascagoula, Mississippi. The rainfall rates are going to be coming down because the system just doesn't have much moisture to work with here as it's making landfall eventually here. So just be prepared for that. Take precautions. We want to be safe, be secure, for boating interests, obviously, and other interests here as the system continues to make its way landfall. We have another update later on this afternoon with Tropical Storm Bertha. This is the Weather Guru signing off for July 21st, 2026. Take care.